Good evening, heathens. Welcome to another show. This is our third.
Number 3.
Uh, Gio here with James Grimm.
That's right.
We are starting
AKA
Wednesday.
Billy James.
Billy James,
just in case you didn't
the
know.
man. We are starting our third installment of the Giotopia Experience. Today we have some nice, fun topics. We've had an interesting week going already. What have you been up to, James?
Well, let's see. A lot of crazy things have happened this week. I went to work. Work was pretty rough. So that's the extent of my week. It was just work related. It's terrible. I think we should all just quit our fucking jobs and move to an island somewhere and get out of this town. I feel like my mental health is deteriorating from working for another human being. That's where I'm at.
I can see that.
I feel like crap at work. How do you feel? I feel terrible at work. It's the worst day. 5 o'clock comes, I hit a clock, and all of a sudden, all my mental illnesses go away. Can someone explain that to me?
I know. You know what? I work from home, so I don't have to put up with anybody. I love it. I don't think I could go back to an office ever again. I don't like people.
I like that.
And I don't intend to ever go work with them again. Well, you know what? But we're halfway through. Any plans for this weekend?
This weekend, at the moment, I know I'm spending some time with my children, mostly during the day. The evening times, I'm kind of open, but I keep hearing about these different parties and such. I don't know much about them.
Yeah.
I'm obviously not paying too much attention to the events, so who knows?
Well, October is Giotopia.
Giotopia? Did you work that out this morning?
I know. I've actually pushed that a couple of times. I'm trying to get it put in the dictionary.
I like it.
Because I love October. I love the weather. I love everything about it.
Definitely, yes, weather, 100%.
We this past Saturday we had a Halloween party on the boat.
I'm familiar.
Yeah, you were there.
That was a nice time.
That was freaking great time. Everybody had a ton of fun.
Except the 3 people that fell overboard and we forgot about them. Hope they made it back.
You know what? We had 100 people on that boat. We came back with 97. It's okay.
Yeah, right. We were within the minimum, right? Yep. Like you're allowed to have a certain amount of rat droppings and food. We're allowed to lose a certain amount of people at sea, right? Okay.
5%. We were at 3%, so we're good.
Okay, good.
So it was a great party. A lot of great costumes, a lot of great fun. The DJ was phenomenal. Obviously it was, being that it was a Giotopia production, I'm kind of biased to how great it was. I will tell you that we had a little bit of an issue. At least, we had an issue with the food because I didn't charge a lot for the ticket. I only charged $25 for 90% of the people, and then people that paid late paid $35. So we got $1,000. We only had a budget for $1,000 worth of food,
right?
Because the boat cost another $1,500.
Let me ask you a question. Since we're talking about the food, where does your food come from?
I ordered from my sister Savannah.
Perfect.
So, she makes the best food in the world.
It is delicious. That's for sure.
So this time, what I did is I said, you know what? I'm going to keep the cost low. I've been trying to test out things by including the food, but not making it in the price of the ticket. So I'm trying to find that perfect formula. It has not been working out perfectly because the easiest thing is to just sell a ticket for $30, buy $20 worth of food, and the $10 goes towards paying the other expenses. But the food's expensive. It takes up 2/3 of the budget.
Right.
So I've been trying to figure out how to get around that. What we did wrong, besides charging the ticket, is that we had it self-serve because I'm the type of person that thinks that people can handle that. Now we had people, taking many, like 3 or 4 meatballs, and not even eating them.
Who's taking the meatballs? I want names.
Who's taking the meatballs? And that's fine. It's just the idea is you take 2, let everybody get around, everybody eats some, and then if there's left over, you go for again.
I agree.
So the next parties will always have a server there. I'll also be ordering per person. So the price, it's hard to keep the price down, um, the price of the ticket down that way. But I'm doing my best. I know I throw the best parties, and it's not even close. But you have to kind of adapt to the situation.
You do throw good parties.
Yes,
I'm all for your parties, all the way back to the early days.
Yes. Yeah, when we literally putting it together on a shoestring. Now, this week and on Saturday, we have Heidi's party.
Yeah, tell me about that. I don't know much about Heidi.
You know what? Honestly, I look at the last moment. I know that she throws this every year. I believe this is her last year because she's moving. So I always hear that at great parties. But this year I said, you know what? I'm going to buy a ticket. It's in the backyard. It's
clearly it's a Halloween party, right?
It's a Halloween party. It's a costume party. I got a different costume for this party.
Right.
We're going to basically go and have fun. I love throwing parties, but sometimes you want to just hang out at a party and just have fun. And it's hard to do that. If anybody ever sees me when I throw a party, they'll see that within a half hour of the party, I kind of go and sit by myself. It's because I'm exhausted, because all the preparing, all the the promoting, all the stuff like that, it wears on you. And so sometimes it's nice to just show up at somebody else's party and just have fun.
Yeah, it's kind of like doing comedy shows. If you produce a comedy show, I'm like, first of all, you're sober the whole time. You can't just like, you know what? I'm gonna go knock a few back, produce this. No, I actually have to be sane for the whole thing, and then function and make sure it runs. And then I can't have like my first drink until like the last 5 minutes.
Right. So there are some simpler parties that I throw that when it's just I hire a band or a DJ and I'm like, all right, you're coming here, you're eating the food, you're partying. I could kind of let loose a little bit. I could drink a little bit, but when they're like more organized parties, that I have to be aware of everything else that's going around, make sure that that I'm keeping tabs with the owner of the place, that he's happy and stuff like that. That a lot of times that's a little bit more of a challenge. So I don't drink on those ones, and
it's best to never drink when you're hosting anything. You can't.
Yeah.
You lose control. It's not a good thing. I watched it so many times.
So with the Heidi's party, I think so what happens is it's someplace in Holtzville. It's a backyard party. You're supposed to bring a bottle of alcohol with you, or whatever you drink, basically, and share it. So people will be doing that. I know gets like 200 people. So
I'm just wondering, like, this is in someone's home, right?
It's somebody's backyard. So
it's going to be a busy streat.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure her neighbors hate her.
They either hate her or she takes care of them.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's going to be one of those things that it's just going to be a lot of fun. I mean, I might actually Uber there, so I don't have to drive back.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah,
this way you can. Well, you're not hosting it, so you could kind of walk in with your bottle.
Yep.
Right. What's the bottle going to be?
Jack Daniels.
Jack, straight up Jack, or like one of those fancy honey ones.
Honey. Yeah.
Honey stuff.
Because it's sweeter, and I could drink more of it. Let's be honest.
Okay. All right. Let's be honest about that. So you're going to have your bottle, right?
Yep.
So you and Tiffany, you're going to have your bottle of Jack Daniels and
mixing.
Are you mixing? Or are you doing banging them back?
So remember, there's two of us, so we're going to bring two bottles. I'll bring a Jack Daniels honey, and then she'll put some. Yeah,
you're each going to put away a bottle.
Yeah. No, we share. You share it with people.
Oh, with random people.
Yeah. And then you drink what it did bring. It's the whole point of it.
Gotcha.
So she'll bring something. I'm not sure what she'll bring, but it'll be definitely something good, something that we could drink. One of the it keeps with the fun. And then next week,
and she's having a DJ or a band.
Oh no, I think she just puts on a radio.
Really?
Yeah, it's one of those things that's just a lot of fun. It's a simple party that and it's actually not even. I mean, I don't know what I paid. I think I might have paid $40 for a ticket. I think I don't remember because I bought it a long time ago.
All right.
So yeah, then the following week, off to Salem, Massachusetts. I'm going Wednesday and Thursday. I'm going to be at the Hawthorne with Tiffany. And then that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we're sharing an Airbnb with the 10 other people.
Oh, What is Salem?
So Salem's famous for the witch trials that happened in the 1600s or 1800s.
Where is it, though? Is this Massachusetts?
It's Massachusetts. It's not too far from Boston. And I've gone. This will be my 5th trip there, and this is the 2nd time we're doing a trip with a group of people with an Airbnb. It's always a lot of fun. Listen, you could just go to so what happens to Salem is it almost becomes like the Village,
right?
Where it's a little bit nuts on Halloween, and people are just having fun. They close up the center of the town, and you just walk around and you just enjoy Halloween. People really go out.
A lot of watering holes.
There are. They're not as good as ours.
Right.
The bar scenes are not the best in the world. There's a couple of ones that we're going to try out. Me and Tiffany first, when we go there Wednesday and Thursday, they have like a speakeasy type atmosphere. So we're going to be like on a roof, and it's a hidden place. So we're going to go looking for them first to see if we could bring the group there. Because last year we didn't do that. We went to a couple of bars, but they weren't. The center town bars close at 10 o'clock. Right. 9 to 10 o'clock they're closed. They're not like Long Island or New York style.
Are you not amused?
Yes. But most of it is just you walk through the town, you go to the museums, and it's all witches and monsters and stuff like that.
Monsters.
Yeah. They have vampires.
Can I tell you something real quick about Monster?
Yeah.
Today I was searching my gym. Big plug to Monster Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in Smithtown. But I wanted to look for the website. And here's what happened. I typed in Monster, it's called Monster BJJ, right? But I typed in Monster BJ, hit enter. Oh, fuck. Nothing but Pornhub Monster blowjob sites.
Yes.
I don't know how that happened.
You got to add that. You can't forget the.
They caught me off guard. I was like, huh.
Yeah.
Did they change things down? I don't know.
You have to make sure you add that extra J in there.
That second J is pretty important.
So we'll go to Salem. We'll have fun. Last year on our way back, we stopped. I didn't go in it, but we stopped by the UFO. There's a UFO, not in Salem, but on our way back, there's a little town that's supposed to be the UFO capital.
Right.
They had the most people that have been. Oops. Yeah, the UFO abductions type of stuff. So Tiffany,
I want to get abducted.
Yeah,
I'm curious. Like, what would they do?
Probably anal probing.
Do we know that for sure?
I don't know.
I'm down.
Right, listen,
sure.
I'm not continue to try it.
You never know, right?
So that's all. It's going to be just a lot of fun, and that's basically the plan for the next 2 weeks.
That sounds like a good time.
Yeah. So going on one of the topics that last week we kind of spoke about what women want, like we were asked.
What's about a Mel Gibson movie?
Yeah, yes, but you and I have no clue about what women want. We've learned that.
Well, we know what they want.
Yeah. Well, yes. It's not us.
They post it all the time.
Right.
We know what the fuck they want.
But it's not us. That's the problem.
They just never actually want what they say they want.
Yes.
They need to be clearer.
So more importantly, let's tell these women what do men want?
Yeah, that is a good question. What do men want?
So what do you think?
I know what I want.
What do you want?
Sometimes I just want to be left alone. Like seriously, okay, let's paint a picture, right? You picture a long time ago. Well, I don't know what your family was like, but my family, when I was a kid, I'd come home from school.
My family's nuts.
Okay, I'm sure. I feel like they are. So I'd come home from school. I'd watch TV. My mother would be like in another room, dilly-dallying or watching another show or not making dinner. That's for sure. Not making dinner. But then my father would come home, right? So my father, 6 o'clock, my dad's foot is already in the door.
Yeah.
My mother would stop whatever it is she's doing or whatever it is she isn't doing. And she would, before his second foot even breaks the plane of the door, she's already up his ass 5,000 questions. And he could just see it in his face, like, just go. But he doesn't say that.
Yeah.
He comes. He's like, yeah, let's just plan dinner. You could see that he's got the monotone. The man was just at a service manager at Newlands Ford, right? So he was just like all day bickering customers. My brakes don't work. My car's making a noise, and then he just wants. Sometimes we just need a little bit of time.
I was about to say,
Give us a break.
So
When I'm talking about when we're in a relationship.
yeah.
We don't need you up our asses all the time.
So you're saying that the short of it is that basically men want peace. They want the woman to be their peace.
Yeah, but in many different forms. But like that's like the first thing I've noticed. I'm like, just you don't need to be up my ass to make sure this relationship works. Believe me, we can have a couple quiet moments in life, and then we can have a couple loud moments. But let me get my foot in the door.
So do you think that you know what? Maybe relationships would work better if they had it like Lucille Ball, where they had separate beds, and I think they had separate beds or separate bedrooms.
Did they ever show bedroom scenes in I Love Lucy? I don't remember any.
They showed the beds, but the beds were never attached.
I think I remember.
It
wasn't Archie Bunker and Edith. It was the same way, right?
That's why they only had one kid.
But I think that was for legal reasons. Like that was like, oh my God, it was taboo to put two people in the same bed.
Yeah. I forgot what show it was that for the first time ever showed, what like a shared bed. Like obviously Married with Children. I remember
I think Married with Children for sure.
Yeah.
But
I'm pretty sure.
What about Brady Bunch though? Did they ever show a bed scene?
I don't know. I don't even remember the show.
Now. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, but but yeah. So that's the thing. So it would be like men sometimes want their own little.
We just want our peace.
Want peace, a little bit of space. Just a little bit of time for yourself.
Sometimes we just need to decompress. This is what a man wants. We need to decompress, and we need a safe place to be able to decompress.
Yeah.
I like the fact that you're there. You're in the building with me. You're in the room. You're not going anywhere. We're going to hang out. I just sometimes need to decompress.
So we're talking about relationship. But what about in the dating scene? What do you think?
Dating scene? Well, in the dating scene, that's a loaded question.
Yeah.
In the dating scene, some guys just want to get laid, right? That's what some guys want. They're just like, let's get to it. But that gets old, Yeah, that gets old quick.
It gets old if you're getting laid. If you're not getting laid, it never gets old.
I don't know about that. Sometimes if you're trying to get laid and you're not successful, that gets old too because you're like, enough already. I can't deal with this.
Yeah.
You can only be rejected so many times before you just switch sides. That maybe that's I don't know.
Well, okay. So one of the things that I noticed that
I did, for the record, in recent times, I did switch a girl to lesbian. It did happen.
Yeah, good.
It happened. I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did.
That's like a negative one.
It's pretty bad. It beats you up in the ego a little bit. You're like, ooh,
that's gonna hurt a little bit. I think that when that it gets a little bit difficult with a lot of times with the guys that like I saw in one of these groups, I saw they were basically it came out again. Oh, don't use this is not a dating site. So please stop.
That's a common phrase amongst all of them.
Stop messaging the girls and stuff like that and stuff like and some guys are like, the fuck am I supposed to get to know somebody if I can't message them? Listen, first of all, if a guy messages you once and says, "Hi, how you doing?" Hey, you can chat a little bit.
Right.
If he's insistent, if you don't respond and he's insistent, you got to kick that guy out of the group right away, or you block him right away.
You can easily
don't make a big deal. A lot of these women like to just say like, this person, I have like all these people in my my inbox. You're not popular. You just people think you're easy. That's why they're inboxing you.
Yeah.
Just give it a. There's no reason to. First of all, don't put every guy in a bucket. You know what I mean? I'm not going to assure you there's not one freaking chick out there that I'm messaging. Now I get messages from girls, but they're all platonic. They're all friendly, and I have chats with them and stuff like that because they find some of the stuff that I do interesting, or they have questions or stuff like that. I don't go around saying, "Oh my God, I can't believe all these freaking people are messaging me." Even though now it sounds like I'm doing that.
It's also a way to flex.
Yeah.
It's also to be like it's just like any other situation in the world. Like you act like you're complaining. You take an accidental picture of something really expensive in your room. You're like, oh, look at that kitty cat. But you really wanted to show off the fucking watch that's sitting on your counter.
The Rolex.
Right? Like, oh, it just happened to fall into the picture, right?
Yes.
That's what that is. It's flexing.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And you know what? It doesn't hurt certain people. It doesn't hurt me. It doesn't hurt you. It doesn't hurt a couple of other people that I know out there. What it does, it hurts the guys that are like kind of like new to this, or that they don't have the same confidence. And it's not for they're probably 1,000 times better looking,
right?
But some of it is confidence. That's all it is. And when right off the bat somebody starts posting, especially screenshots. I hate people I hate screenshots.
You mean like someone else's conversation?
Yeah. When somebody posts a screenshot of somebody, now I've done it very rarely, but some guy was threatening me online, so I was laughing at him. So I kind of like posted it, like, look at this idiot.
Right.
But people post people's screenshots. Now, if you're posting somebody's screenshot because they're being an asshole and they're basically just being a jerk,
right,
fine, I get it. But really, screenshots should be the last resort to shame somebody. It's really meant to shame, but you should first go to the person that's running the group and tell them, like, look, this is what's happening. Please, I'm not going to post it because I don't want to. It just makes the group look cheesy. You know what I mean? Like, you never see this in my group in hell. Right. My group, we just get a bunch of like today. I got 2 warnings because I have somebody in my group. I don't know who it is, but they're basically reporting a lot of crap, and it's probably some jackass that most likely a chick. And funny thing is, she reported a chick, a woman, and a guy. So, she's going after everybody. And, it's like, oh, you because of apparently it's body shaming or stuff like that. Just leave. You know what I mean? I let everybody in my group. Actually, matter of fact, Tiffany and Scott, who's helping me now with the group, basically said I let too many people. We reject the most amount of people, because they usually reject it before I get to them, because I usually approve everybody. And I say, you know what? If they post something stupid, we kick them out. No big deal. Whereas they are more like, no, this is a problem.
To what level of stupid do you have to get kicked out of a group named hell? Seriously.
Yeah. I you know what? I kick out. So the few people that I kicked out, very rarely, is the ones that are just basically looking to instigate people.
Yeah.
I kicked one person out because this one person reported another member of mine, because they both worked for the same company, to her company. Right. I had to fucking kick that person out. Matter of fact, if I could beat the crap out of somebody, I'd beat the crap out of her. And I can't because she's a woman, but I'll let Tiffany beat the crap out of her. But that's ridiculous. You're gonna have somebody lose their job because you just don't like what they posted. Right. That's ridiculous.
Is it political nonsense?
No, I think this is more. They had some beef at work, and she just looked at a reason to do it.
Gotcha.
Well,
I will say this. Speaking of groups, I joined a group recently of a particular area and clearly demographic of Long Island. I'm not going to say the area, but I'm glad I did. I don't live there, but I said I did to get in the group. And they post, people will post the craziest stuff. They'll be like, hey, has anybody noticed that for the last 3 days, there's been a crackhead under the church window at 3 a.m. every day? Those are the groups I want to be part of.
No, you know who you want to be part of? I can't be part of it because I don't know how to see my way in, but once in a while somebody will message me telling me stories about this bad moms of Sachem or something like that.
That sounds like a group I would be in.
Yeah, literally the worst human beings on the earth are in this group.
Is it? You have to be a female to get in there?
Yeah, I believe so. You have to be a mom.
I could lie.
Yeah,
I could lie.
Yeah,
I would do that. That sounds. Oh man, that's probably got good posts.
You could change your name to Jameson.
That's it, Jameson.
Yeah, I know we have a Jameson, but
no. But she is on paper. She's Jameson, but she prefers Jamie.
Yeah, right, exactly. But you could change it to Jameson. But yeah, just the stories that I hear with it, like I at some point I got to figure that they're just talking to just to fucking make shit up.
Yeah,
people can't be this stupid. I'm like, it's like,
but they can.
Yeah, And apparently we got, for some reason, Long Island
It's
attractive.
good stuff,
Long
man.
Island has a magnet underneath.
Well,
it
no,
that
it's
attracts
not just Long Island. Dude. You go to any state, you'll find these same places everywhere. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Pennsylvania, New Jersey, you name it, man.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. You got to have those areas. It keeps everybody showing up at those jobs.
That's a good point.
That's what they're there for.
What I was also thinking about was, what do you think about? Do you think women actually want like chivalry still?
Well, on paper, absolutely 100%. But there's this thing called the feminist movement, right? And there are levels to it. So, yeah, every woman wants to be treated with chivalry, right? The door open, the man always pays. He's always a gentleman. Flowers every day. But then you have this part where she's like, I want to have a real this. I want to be in control. I want to rule the world.
Yeah. And
And then there are levels. Obviously, you got all these big feminists that everybody can't stand. And then you have these little levels, smaller versions of it. They'll say they want to be treated like a lady.
Yeah.
But then it doesn't, like, then they want like the full power. It's like you have to give a little to get a little, no?
Yeah.
You know, right? So that does bring the age-old question on the date.
Yeah.
Who pays?
Yeah. Well, who pays for the first date?
There is the matter of the first date. That's a given, right?
Yeah.
If you have a dick, you're paying. You're paying for the first, probably the second date, and if there's a coffee and a movie after that, you're probably paying for that too.
Yeah.
But at some point, most women, in my mind, good women will probably say they'll want to pay.
Yeah.
Or they'll just pay. The coolest thing a woman could ever do is not ask. I don't like that. Oh, do you want me to get the tip? Do you want me to get the tip? Do that bullshit like I'm reaching in my purse. I'm going to pretend to pay for the fucking tip. No, just do it. Just grab the fucking check and pay it. Don't ask me.
Yeah.
Just do it. That means you really wanted to pay it.
Right. In Italy, we call that famosa, which means which means you're showing that it's just for show.
Yes, it's lip service. It's a bunch of bullshit. No, listen, I did a comedy show. It was right out of COVID, so it was like the end of 20, maybe the beginning of 21.
Yep. And
I was at Coasters. They hosted a comedy night I don't remember what it was. It wasn't an open mic, but it was a comedy show, and I was on it. And after I wrapped up my set, I went and I stood at the bar. And one of the coolest things a person or female ever did, she came up to me. I didn't even see her in the corner of my eye. I was just like, just get a drink, let me relax, let me decompress from my set. And she comes up to me and she goes, hey, she nudges me. She goes, let me buy you a drink. And that was super cool. I'm like, really, me? You want to buy me a drink? I'm a stranger. I'm supposed to be Mr. Chivalry guy and offer to buy you a drink. I let her. You're goddamn right I did. She bought me a drink. We went out. She has an alcohol problem.
She just needs somebody to drink with.
That's a whole new story, though.
Yeah.
That's a whole thing. But that was the coolest thing. One of the coolest things somebody's ever done.
Yeah, well, that sounds pretty cool. Well, first of all, buy me a drink. I'm getting the most expensive drink.
No. Never do that. I think that's the work. I work for a company where we go out to dinner for Christmas. We do this Christmas party. And guys know that my boss is picking up this fat tab. We go to Peter Luger's, and it's going to be an $8,000 bill. The reason I know that is because he hands me the bill and a wad of cash to figure it out, because he's too hammered to figure it out himself. So, but here's what people do: all the laborers, the workers, they know that. So when they walk in, the first thing they order is Johnny Walker Blue drinks. They order all like the $20, $30, $40 cocktails. Yeah. I've seen them order a bottle. I'm not gonna. I'm like, are you guys for real? I order a Miller Lite in this case. That's the right thing to do. Yeah. If somebody says, "Hey, I want to get you a drink. What are you drinking?" I'll look at them. Even if I have a Stella or a glass of whiskey, I'll say, "I'll get a Miller Lite." Like, I don't feel like being I think it's dicky. To order a pricey drink.
No, I was just messing around. No, normally I would just get the drink that I would normally get.
Or the drink you would normally get. But guys will go overboard.
Yeah.
My father told me that too. He used to take guys to Wisconsin. they were purchasing a fire truck, he would take the whole fire department that was in charge of getting that truck, and they would order they would order bottles of Remy Martin, the dumbest shit. He'd be like, and he'd have to pick that up because he wouldn't say anything. He'd just let him do it.
Yeah. So I think my sister's laughing at the famosa.
Oh, is this an Italian moment we're having? An Italian moment?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna, for the record, real quick on the topic of Italy. My father, an Irish, German, Russian, cooks the best Italian food.
Do you know why Italy's in the shape of a boot?
Because that's just how the land grew.
No, they couldn't fit all that crap in a shoe.
Oh, all right. All right. Yeah. So anyway,
yeah. So with the chivalry, it's funny story that years ago, quite a few years ago, I was going into, funny enough, a wine, a liquor store.
I thought you were going to say brothel. I was like,
no.
Tell me you went to a brothel.
And so a lot of times I pay attention to everything that's around me.
Right.
Like I see everything. And I noticed a woman that was just a few steps behind me. So I opened the door and basically let her in. And she turned around and she basically, no, you go in. And she was basically insisting that I go in. And and I was like, no, go. So she goes, it's not 1960 anymore. I said, it is to me, and she went in and whatever, I'm like, what the, just walk in, make me happy.
Yeah, no. But listen, in different cultures, especially,
she's as white as me.
Doesn't matter. In different cultures, I mean, you can go into like Judaism. There are like the chivalrous culture is totally different. Like my cousin, but she's not a cousin. She's my stepsister, right? She's my stepsister. She's my redheaded stepsister. Literally, she lives in Chicago, and they're very Orthodox Jewish.
Yeah.
And her husband, I don't remember who's in front, but he walks either in front of her, and she is behind, or vice versa. I don't remember but like they're strict about that.
Yeah.
I don't get that. That's weird to me.
A lot of shit's weird to me. It's just one of those weird,
but is that chivalrous? I don't know.
No, that's not chivalry. That's just their beliefs and stuff like that. And whatever make it. Listen, if that makes them happy, who are we to complain?
I don't know. Does it make them happy?
No,
probably not.
No, the more rules you have to follow, the less happy you are.
Agree.
It's just that's clear with everything. But one of the things that I've noticed that most guys play the chivalry thing online, what I call the white knights.
Well, what you see online isn't always what you get.
Yeah, casing the place, yes. My sister said, well, I was probably casing the place. Yeah, might be. No, it's just.
That's what, Tiffany, that is exactly why we opened the door for women.
Yep.
There's no other reason. We want to see the caboose. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So I with the chivalry thing, like you get the white knights, which everybody knows I hate those people, and those are the people that I make fun of, and those are the people I get into arguments with. Then they threaten me, and I laugh and I make fun of them even more.
Yeah.
But the ones that like women should be cherished and shit like that, yes, they should be. You don't have to say it. Do it. Talking about being chivalrous doesn't do crap.
Right.
You know what I mean? Show me.
Right. When you're on the internet and you're posting on Facebook, you're just saying it's lip service.
Yeah.
At its finest.
And the look.
Yeah. See, it's an earned look.
Yeah.
Right. So they know they're not stupid.
Yeah.
They know we're looking though.
Yeah.
We're always looking.
Always.
So if you don't think we're not, we are.
Yeah. We normally.
So keep those yoga pants sales happening. We're looking.
Yeah. I bought a pair of Lululemon. Is that what they're
Lululemon.
Lululemon. Sorry. So you know why it's named Lululemon?
It's probably somebody's name.
No, it's a freaking true story. The owner of Lululemon is an extremely racist person. He loved to laugh at the way Asians would say it.
Oh, really?
Yep, you could Google it. It's absolutely true.
Wow.
Yeah,
Did you know a murder took place in a Lululemon store?
it did.
And it's got a name as the Lululemon Murders.
What did they do? You have no idea.
No, it's pretty brutal. It was an employee. An employee got caught stealing Lululemon because they're $100 yoga pants, and the manager, I don't remember where it was. It was probably 10 years ago.
No.
The manager, you shouldn't talk about that. That person's face. Anyway, so the where was I? I was telling a good story till you fucked me up.
The murder.
So the murders. So girl got caught stealing. So one day she left and then came back, but didn't realize the manager was on site. And she came in, I guess, to go get her hidden package because she was an employee. And then the manager walked over to her. And this is like after the mall's, just about closed. And the manager confronted her about it, said, "What's with this package?" And then the girl fought her and then I believe strangled her. Or no. I think she stabbed her.
Oh, she would have been.
Dude, it's a whole article. It's wild. It's called Lululemon Murders.
It would have been awesome if she would have strangled her with the pants.
Maybe it'd be good advertising, right?
And they stretched just the right amount.
Wow, they can handle that. Nice.
Not only can your ass look good, but you could also kill somebody with them.
It's a pretty wild story.
That's
because the crazy part is the guy in the department store next to it said to the police he heard all these noises but thought it was normal, like they were just normal arguing noises. I mean, it's a story worth reading. Yeah, all I'm saying.
It's a fucked up area if that's normal.
That is a fucked up. I'm thinking Chicago. I think it was a mall in Chicago.
That just about makes sense. Oh no, Tiffany says Washington
D.C. Okay,
yeah, thank you, Tiffany.
Thank you.
It makes even more sense.
Don't worry, James. This girl is ready. I won't share your dick pictures that you sent me. First of all, Sabrina, you don't have them. You can call me out all you want. This woman thinks, yeah, got it. Anyway, my train of thought's gone.
Yeah. So what? So we figured out what men want.
Right.
They just want peace. Figure out that you got to have chivalry. What do the women think? Do the women think that they want a guy that's chivalrous, or they don't want a guy? Or they just want to be? I want to be equal. That's it. In all terms. So, like I'll hold the door for you. Women will hold the door. If they get there first, they'll hold the door.
I would hold the door for just about anybody. I would hold the door for a kid. Right? It's not strictly just a woman, but it's just the right thing to do for somebody else. It could be anybody. It could be your mom. It could be your dad. I would just hold the door. It's just a courtesy.
You ever wind up being that guy that holds the door and then like 20 people going in and out?
That can happen too, and you just let it go. Just, I mean, sometimes people get pissed off. Yeah, this one. Sometimes people get pissed off. My brother, for instance, if he holds the door for a stranger and the stranger goes in and the guy does not say thank you, whether it's a female or a male, my brother will chase that person down, be like, hello, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? No, I don't care.
No, I don't care either.
If you don't say thank you after I held the door, you already showed me who you are. I'm good.
Yeah. Oh, you see, my sister stands and waits for the door to be held for her.
Well, that kind of thing happens too. In the Midwest, we hold the door for 15 minutes to see if you.
So, if you ever been to the Midwest, like Michigan, you know what, you should go there and you could take over the whole state of Michigan just by walking around in there. Whenever we're in Michigan and we drive, like they don't. Like if there's a four-way and they're clearly there before, everybody will wave you. Everybody's gonna wave you through. And I'm like, and go. And I stuck out my middle finger for those that didn't see that. Basically, I'm like, you know what? Because to me, those people cause more accidents than anything else. If it's your turn to go, just go. I hate people that stop and wave you through. No, it's your turn to go. Go. It's just easier that way. Follow the rules, the common sense rules of driving. You go to Michigan. Everybody stops for you.
Isn't it true when you go to Michigan and they try to talk? Let's say you're from Michigan, right?
Yeah.
And you're in another state. Let's say you're in North Carolina, and then you meet another person from Michigan. Don't you guys do this shit? Are you from? I'm from over here. You
Yeah.
show your hand. That's the map right there.
They do.
That's a Michigan thing, right?
Yeah, sure. Tiffany told me something about it, because it looks like
It looks like a hand.
I'm waiting for her to say something, but apparently it looks like a glove or a hand. You know,
In the Marines, the majority of the Marines,
yeah,
majority of the people are from Michigan, and Ohio.
Midwest. You know, yeah, I could see that.
Tornado capital.
Well, I think it's a lot of them are from the Midwest also, because so obviously the military does not pay that well for New York money, but they pay what's regular. No, still crappy, but it's at least not that far away from people that live in Michigan and Ohio. You know, whatever, they pay $30,000. $30,000 is like key.
Depends though.
$30,000 you cannot.
Depends on your rank and depends on your dependents and such. But
yeah, fuck Ohio.
Fuck Ohio. Oh, so there's a rivalry
yes.
between Michigan and Ohio. It must be.
Apparently nobody likes Ohio.
Well, it's kind of like Greece and Turkey, right? I went to Greece, and if I had Turkish lira, a Greek guy would give you an attitude.
Yeah.
Presented the wrong money, and vice versa. So I was in Turkey, and they wouldn't take my drachma.
So if you want to cause the worst fight, you put a Greek, a Turk, and an Armenian in a room together. They hate each other with passion, and they don't know why they hate each other. Well, they do, but shit that we will never understand, right?
There's a lot of that everywhere, though.
Because 20,000 years ago, somebody stole somebody's sheep.
Probably.
You know, so
it might have been somebody's girlfriend.
Yeah, sheep, girlfriend. You know, why do Greeks love to have sex with sheep on a hill, on a cliff? Because they push back.
They push back.
Yeah. How do you separate the men from the boys in Greece? With the crowbar.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I'm on a roll.
I'm on a roll today.
I got these all. I was with the Marines, right? And we flew in.
Hopefully there's no Greeks listening today.
It's whatever. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. So we were doing this deployment, and we were in, I forgot where the fuck we were, but there was the Greek army involved, or some Greek army people, and then there was some the hell was it? No, it was Greek, a bunch of like allied armies.
Yeah.
There was Italians, bunch of people. But I was walking, and I remember I was walking up to like a patrol area, and there were a bunch of Greek soldiers, but they told me not to go any further. They said, hold. I'm like, why not? And they pointed at a car, and there were two dudes in it banging. And that's when I first learned about gyros.
or as Tiffany calls them is, I forgot what she calls them. She says it's gyro.
It's a gyro.
Gyro.
Best gyro I've ever had was literally in Thessaloniki, Greece.
Yeah.
Big plug to that corner shop somewhere in Greece. I got a girl's phone number in Greece.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I went to a nightclub, and I met this girl. She spoke very little English, and we hit it off. And she writes on a matchbook. Remember matchbooks?
Yep.
And she writes her phone number, and I'm like, oh, I'm getting her digits. This is great. And I go back to my ship, and like a couple hours later, I'm like looking at the phone number, and I'm like, fuck am I gonna call her? It's like it's got 3 digits here, 7 digits over here. I don't know what this country.
Yeah.
I'm like, how? And then we're back
3 digits, a letter, a piece of fruit.
Yeah, right. And then I'm back in the United States. I'm like, how am I gonna get in touch with this girl? Like, that's it. Never gonna see her again.
And you know what? If you want to date a Greek girl, just go to Astoria. You don't need to go to.
Is that where they all hang out?
Astoria. They still.
I knew it.
We're still hiding all the Greeks in Astoria.
I knew it. That's a good spot for them. Definitely a good spot.
Do you know why Italian men grow a mustache?
Oh,
they want to look like their mother.
In Turkey is the first time I saw a woman with a full goatee. That was pretty wild. And it was also the first time I saw a family walk into a bar and a dog with a dog. It was like, there's an animal. I know it's normal. People bring their dogs to bars today, but 1998 in Turkey, I didn't think that was normal.
What did the dog have?
Probably some disease. I don't know. It looked
No,
it looked rabbit.
Did they order a drink?
Rabbit. No, they put a dish on the floor for the dog, and then the family, including a child, all sat at the bar.
Yeah.
And drank whatever. I don't know what it is they drank, but it was interesting.
Yeah, you know what? Well, because so they say that drinking is not. They don't have a big problem with drinking in Europe.
No,
because
it's 18, I think, to drink there.
No, but kids like in Italy, they drink wine. You know, when they're 10 years old. But they put like a little bit of gasosa, it's called, which is basically like a spritzer to make, water it down a little bit. That being said, everybody always talks about how great this country has got countries, but meanwhile, like more kids, more teenagers and 20-year-olds die in Italy from car accidents. Like everybody likes to pick on, you guys do this wrong, and I'm gonna do it. Yeah, but we also know how to fucking drive. If you want to look at that,
right.
Every country's different. Wasn't a child. That was the.
Wasn't a child. That was their midget grandma. Maybe she's right. Maybe she's onto something.
Yeah, you know what?
She looked like a child, though. I did find a Wendy's in Turkey. I found a Wendy's. It was me and my buddy. We went to Wendy's and we ordered a hamburger and French fries. Now you could order a hamburger and French fries, but the meat's different looking, but it's still a hamburger and it's still French fries. And this is where it got weird. There was a homeless kid staring in the window. Yeah, and I was, looking at him. I was like, I've never experienced this. This is a homeless kid just staring at me. And then he finally makes his way inside the Wendy's, and then he's standing. Next thing you know, he's standing at the edge of the table, and he's just pointing at French fries.
Yeah.
And he's just give him one, and then he's just pointing at French fries. He sat there and he just housed my French fries.
You should have just ordered another batch for him.
Yeah, but do you know what kind of money as a 19 or 20-year-old I had? I got nothing.
Yeah.
I'm on like $200 a week. It's like that French fries. Like, that's my money for the week, dude.
It's funny because so years ago I went to England with my son. He was playing soccer at the time. So he made a team that traveled all the way to England, and we're going to England. And so it's true. English food sucks. It's horrible. They do breakfast well, but the only reason they do it well is because it's basically egg, sausages that are this big.
Eggs Benedict.
Yeah, yes. No, but it's just basically a bunch of scrambled eggs, sausages, and whatever the hell, so the breakfast was okay. If you're not ordering fish and chips, which is fine, and pasties, they call it.
Pasties?
Yes. So, yes. I know.
Sure, we're talking about the same thing.
Yeah, it sounds like something else. But basically, all it is a pastry with meat in it.
Oh, that's kind of good. But
yes.
I hate that it's called pasties.
Yeah, it's a soccer thing that like you find.
They do love their soccer.
Yeah, and you find that around. But anyway,
do they call it soccer?
Do they call it something? No, they call it football.
They call it football.
I said this last week.
Yes, you did.
Soccer is an English term. Weird. They don't want to admit it. So but when we were there, so we found an Irish pub. Right. So obviously it was a lot of parents. So we decided to, we obviously want to try the Irish pub. The kids, they were so excited because they found a McDonald's in London. I was like,
I'm excited about that. Is it? They call it a Big Mac?
I don't know.
Or do they call it a McMoyal with cheese?
Yes. But yeah, it was one of those weird things where you just showed up, you want them to listen. Again, the food in England is not that great, so I wasn't fussy about it.
Did you have a beer? I heard they serve beer warm.
Yeah, I don't remember having a warm beer though. I didn't have a Guinness. They're supposedly
Guinness is Ireland. That's what you get a Guinness.
Yeah, but they also they I think it's Carberry that they drink a lot over in England. But they it was an Irish pub. I don't remember. So yeah, they had. But I don't remember it being warm. The beer.
So I was in a nightclub in Wilmington, North Carolina, and there was this beautiful woman. It's an after-hours club.
Yeah, you speak low; they can't hear you on the microphone. Go ahead.
So I walk into this bar, and there's this gorgeous woman standing at the bar. She got a tank top on. Beautiful girl. I walk over, I buy her a drink, and then out of nowhere, she's an Irish girl, right? She had an itch on the back of her head, and she does this. And it was
a bush?
Oh my God. razor blades are not a thing in Ireland, apparently, for females.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, I never understood that.
I'm not for that.
No, I never understood that. No, you need to shave as much as you can.
I'm all for hairless women.
Yeah.
You know, like you could anything from the below the eyebrows where you don't need hair.
Yes, definitely. Grooming is very important. You know what? I don't remember it that bad in Italy. But then again, I was young. I moved out of there by the time I was 16. So.
Well, Marisa would know, wouldn't she? She would know.
Yes. Would Marisa know? I don't think she's around today.
Oh, I don't see her.
So a lot of that's the thing. Different cultures obviously look at things differently. One of the funny things about Italy is the population is dwindling in Italy.
Really?
Like
why?
Every 20.
Because our sauce is better right here.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Because
it's not gravy.
Because we started calling it gravy. That's why they started killing themselves.
The Sopranos call it gravy. That's what happened. That's where we went wrong.
You know why, right? Because and I'm going to get some hate mail here, but basically what's happening is the people that call it gravy, it's because they learned how to say it from watching mob movies, which is not written by Italian people. It's normally written by Jewish people, like the Sopranos, right? I don't think Chase was Jewish, but he's not Italian. They just thought that's what, because going back, they would.
Did they read Wikipedia before they made The Sopranos?
No, they probably didn't. But the reason the population is dwindling is because women modernize in Italy. So they want stuff that the American women want, and not as badly, but kind of like that freedom that, and this happened in the 90s and 2000s, stuff like that. While men did not. They wanted to be like their dads, right. But their dads worked hard and earned what they had. The guys that were born like my age, like my friends, they didn't earn that, and they basically wanted to live that life. Like the dad would sit at the end of the table, and the wife would dote on him. That's because he busted his ass, for many years. Sometimes. I always have razors.
I'm sure they do now. That was 1997. So maybe they didn't have razors in 1997 in Ireland. I don't know.
Yeah. So, but that's why every 20-something years, the population keeps on dwindling. Eventually there'll be nobody left in Italy. It'll be just one big empty boot.
What about Sicily? Is that Sicily? Technically, it's part of Italy, right? But
it is, yes.
But don't they still consider themselves a little separate?
No. It's just Italy's been trying to kick them away.
I think the argument is we're going to have thicker pizza.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah. Well, and then they moved to Chicago.
Right. I haven't had a good deep dish pizza.
You got to go when you go to Chicago. You got to have a deep dish pizza. I love deep dish pizza. I mean, people, I'm a big fan of New York pizza. But...
You ever have Pizzeria Uno? We used to have a Pizzeria Uno.
So I've had Pizzeria Uno here, and I have had Pizzeria Uno in Chicago, the original, the first one ever opened, which now is looks like a bar more than anything else, but it was the original.
Still
Pizzeria
there?
Uno. Yeah,
because it's not. I don't think there's one here. I haven't seen one in a long time. Pizzeria Uno?
Yeah, they're still around.
Oh,
they have a handful, not too many. Not too many, but I'm probably sure they have like 50 of them. But in Chicago, the original Pizzeria Uno is still open. But I forgot. I went to 3 different ones, which are the 3 most famous ones. I forgot the guy's name. Tiffany will probably write it down. So this is for my nephew Mario. When we went to in 2014, I noticed that there were a lot of young people in our town. Yeah. Well, yes. They definitely
Sbarro. Sbarro is deep dish?
Sbarro. Actually, Lou Maltese, whatever his name was, that was the best pizza. Wow. Best deep dish pizza. Okay. Sbarro, actually, I did not. I'm not.
Sbarro, that's in the mall, right? That's
Sbarro. She put an extra A in there somewhere.
Gotcha.
But yes, I actually knew. I didn't know. My brother knew. 2 friends knew the actual founder of Sbarro. Yes. So what my nephew is saying is that there are a lot of young kids there, but a lot of them are not and my sister could correct me here. but a lot of the people in Italy, there's like a lot of young people, but they're not from married couples.
Right.
People are still having sex. They're just not moving in together or getting married and doing things the right way. And what would be considered the right way in Italy. We've liberated.
Which brings us to our next question: what is the right way?
It doesn't exist anymore.
Old school values. What does that even mean?
I'm never gonna have grandkids.
Never gonna have grandkids.
One of my kids, unless a computer you get pregnant, one of my kids is never, because he's on the computer more than anything else. So
probably got a sock pregnant.
Yeah. So I'm not. I've given up on having grandkids.
All right. Maybe you don't want one anyway.
No, I do. I'll eventually one day. I miss my kids as kids. That was the fun. By the way, my nephew was Mario was actually on a TV show.
Okay.
I forgot who. I forgot the channel. I think it was Discovery or something like that. Carfellas. Great show.
What was the name of it?
Carfellas. So they basically sold cars.
Car fillers.
Fellas.
Like
mobsters,
playing words.
Yeah.
The good. Okay.
Goodfellas and stuff like that, because I think one of his partners was previously detained by the state of whatever.
Okay.
Nice guys, and the funny as hell. The fucking show was awesome. And you know what? My kids are still young. Yeah. You know what's funny? And again, my nephew, unfortunately my nephew's here, so he's going to correct me. But one of the reasons their show didn't continue is because they wanted, for what I understand, for what I remember hearing about this, not from my nephew, but through other sources, that they wanted them to introduce a woman secretarian in the group.
Right.
But they're all married, all three of them. So they were like, no, our wives won't allow us to. They basically wanted a hot-looking woman just walking around, stuff like that. So they had to kind of back away from that.
Okay.
But that was a great show. I think they're still big in Finland.
And
you if you go look at Carfellas online, you'll see this. It was a funny show.
I think Knight Rider is also big in Finland.
Yeah, yes, they like cars. Anyway, so we're coming up on 2-minute warning.
Oh, 2-minute warning. All right.
So one of the things I wanted to talk to everybody about, just a reminder, is that in November 15th, yes, I know it's a while away, and I will remind everybody, November 1st, I'm going to start reminding everybody much heavier dose of it. I'm having a comedy show. We're having a comedy show. And we're going, hi, Kristen. And we're going to have a comedy show in Katie's. In Katie's. There's going to be food. So it's all you can eat buffet and 5 comedians. James is going to be the MC.
That's right.
So it's $40 a ticket, but it's all you can eat plus 5 comedians. Plus there'll be music afterwards.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. But November 15th. So just mark it in your calendar. I mean, honestly, you can go to my go to Giotopia events. You'll see it. We post it. If you're in hell, you're gonna see it in hell. I post in other groups.
I post on my OnlyFans page.
Yeah, OnlyFans page. As long as they allow us to, they don't get mad and they allow us to post this stuff. We'll keep on posting it. Katie's of Smithtown, Mario.
That's 145 Main Street in Smithtown.
Yeah, it's a great place. It's a lot of fun. Actually, I'm going to be there. Oh my God, I'm supposed to remember Friday. I think Scott is doing something somewhere.
Scott
posted. Scott Preston,
I think
post what
he's
you're
hosting
doing.
a happy hour. Happy hour get together. Yeah. So go hang out with Scott. If I can make it, I will make it.
Yes. And then Sunday, Katie's is actually having a. They're having. It's like a haunted. Like they have like selling stuff for Halloween type stuff, and I don't know. Majestic and Mystic.
It'll
and
be
all
fun.
That stuff.
If it's Katie's and it's Brian, it'll be a good time.
Anyway, so I'd like to thank everybody for showing up again. So we're going to be on next Wednesday. It's going to be a half-hour show because I'm going to be in Salem. It's a haunted market on Sunday. If you guys for Katie's will have that. So I'll see everybody on next Wednesday. We're going to try to figure out how to do it because I'm going to be in Salem with a bunch of people, and we're leaving James to watch what's going on over here. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate all your attendance. Talk to you later.
Signing off.